I haven't been this disappointed in a franchise since it was rumored that Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman. What's going on, everybody? S.L.B coming at you with another video review. This time we're taking a look at S.H. Figuarts Marvel Avengers Infinity War Iron Man Mark 50 Nano Weapon Set 2. So here we have him in his plastic prison and the packaging. Let's take a quick look at the packaging. Just have him in a clamshell there. Some nice artwork on the front there of Iron Man shooting his massive arm cannon right there. On the top of the packaging just says Avengers Infinity War, the Avengers logo, Iron Man Mark 50 Nano Weapon Set. On this side just have a product shot of him just standing his ground, getting ready to shoot somebody. On this side of the packaging just has Avengers logo, SH Figuarts, so on and so forth. Bottom of the packaging, it's upside down. Another product shot there, Iron Man Mark 50 Nano Weapon Set, Avengers Infinity War, warning, choking hazards and everything included. And on the back of the packaging, we just have the obligatory product shots doing this, that, the other stuff, and things. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's get him out of his plastic prison and see what he looks like in hand. So here we have him out of the packaging, and this is a surprise to me. Before we get into the figure, let's go over what's included in the packaging. You do get your obligatory operation manual here, which is very nice. Very, very nice. Also included in the packaging is your Tamashii stage. Right here, a little display base, which is really cool. I like it. It's a fingerprint magnet. Got the Iron Man logo, Iron Man Mark 50. Would have preferred a Hall of Armor set, but, you know, for what it is, for the price you get, this isn't too bad. This is cool. And this can open like so. Clear red plastic, looks very nice indeed. Moving on, also included in the package, you do get the Tamashii stage, you know, doodads, if you want to call them doodads. Right here, I went over how these work with my Wasp figure, so if you want to know how these work in detail, go watch the Wasp video. I will put a link in the description for that video. So there you have that. Also included in the packaging is a little adapter here. Very teeny tiny little easily lost piece right here. And I'll show you how this works a little bit later on, but there you have that. And the cool thing about this is that everything can store in here, so whatever you're not using, blorp blorp, zoop, voila. It's a loose in there, which is kind of a bummer. I would have liked it if there's little like compartments and everything, little molded out pieces so they can fit in nicely and snug so they're not just sitting there rattling around. But that's just my personal preference. So moving on to the figure. And this was kind of a surprise slash disappointment. I know what I was getting into when I was, you know, ordering the figure, but we'll get more into that when we get into my final thoughts towards the end. Let's go over the figure himself, and the figure looks fantastic. He should, because he's a complete, you know, reissue of the original Mark 50 set with the Nano Set 1 add-on pieces. But getting a quick look at this guy looks just amazing. The paint on him is great. The sculpting is fantastic. He's so smooth compared to his other counterparts. And he looks like he just stepped right out of the movie. It looks really great. Let's grab Mr. Pointer Spudger here so we can highlight some details. This gold and this red, mwah, magnifique, beautiful. A very nice shine to it. The gold bits have a nice flat look to them. The red have a nice gloss finish to them. Looks fantastic. I love the shine off the chest area and all the little shoulder bits off this red area, and it looks great. It's quite the eye catcher, if you will. Getting in on that head sculpt, it looks fantastic. Got some blue eyes hiding here behind a nice gold faceplate. Got some silver paint in the jawline right here. Looks really good. Moving on to the neck area, got some nice gold paint up here, looking very good with a little bit of blue right there. Moving down to the chestal area here, like I said, this red, very nice. A little bit of candy sparkle in there, but not too much to kind of brighten you, but it looks great nonetheless. A smoky blue clear plastic for the arc reactor right here. Looks very reminiscent from Avengers Infinity War. Going to the chestal area, like around this section right here. Let's move the arm out of the way. Again, beautiful detail in this. Simply stunning. Got a mix of point exposure here. Got some nice gold paint right along here. A little bit of blue right here. Some silver bits highlighting. Some lines look great. No paint blemishes that I can tell. Some more gold is following through, and I love the line going straight to the pelvic area. I know that's weird and creepy and perverted, but you know, it's how I view things. Going down the arm here. Got some nice red paint in the shoulders, some nice silver paint behind here, gold paint all throughout, some nice silver paint. Just looks very good. These details right here, these guys are sharp, be careful. Looks very good. Some silver and gold lines in the forearm section here, looks very good. And the blue on the blade bits right here, I don't know how well the camera is picking up, but they are nice and bright and vibrant. I'm kind of glad they didn't go with like a smoky clear plastic like the chest area here to go into here, because I think that blue paint just pops and stands out a lot more than it would if it was like clear plastic just kind of inserted in there. So I like that added touch. And just going down to the legs here, some more gold paint and silver paint in the upper thigh area here. A little bit of molded detail on the inner thigh. I would have liked it if they had some paint, but it's still nice molding nonetheless. Going down to the knee, the knees are nice. The shins, this is where the heft comes in. But again, nice red paint, nice gold paint, some silver here. This guy is plastic. Be very mindful of that. You don't want to snag it and break it. And the feet on this guy are die cast, which is really cool. I really do like that. Nice silver. This is painted silver here, some nice gold paint here, and this red paint looks very nice on the die cast bits. Some nice molded detail underneath as well. Going to the back of the figure, not a lot of detail, a little bit of molded detail in the back area, but not a lot of paint. Looks very good regardless. Could have used a touch more paint. What are you gonna do? So that is it for the look of the figure. Let's go over some articulation. I kind of showed you some articulation already, but we'll go over everything in detail now. It's your basic Iron Man, basic SH Figuarts articulation. So he's got articulation out the wazoo. So the head up here is on a ball joint. He can not do a full 360. That's just due to the molding of the helmet. But he can look down that far, look up that far. Again, ball joint at the base of the neck, so you can get a little bit more further down movement and a little bit further up movement. That's pretty much all you're going to get if you force it a little bit, so you can look up a little bit there. Amazing articulation in the shoulders, forward and back, up and down, full 360 if you wish. Right there, you can go out that far too. Very nice. Bring it right about there. The swivel at the bicep here, very nice range right there. Bring it back a little bit. Double jointed elbow right there. Gives you almost a full 180. Very well. Very nice. Very nice. No wrist articulation whatsoever. Ball joint, ball joint, ball joint. You can get a lot of wiggly waggly movement right there. A little bit of side to side. Very nice. This kind of reminds me of, like, you know, belly dancing. Sorry, I just amuse myself sometimes. Where am I? The legs. So hips, legs can go forward that far, can go back that far, and again, you've got that standard SH Figuarts additional point of articulation right there, so you can get even more. But however, the die-cast feet kind of hinder that. Don't hold it very well. Get that back the way it was. A little bit of a swivel at the hip here. Only a 90-degree bend at the knee. And that's just due to the molding and everything. And the ankles, there is a lot. It's on a ball joint, so you can get a lot of wiggly waggly movement on that. And these toe bits right here are on a hinge as well. Not a, or only the front one is, sorry. The front one's on a hinge. You can go forward that far, you can go up only that far. So that's quite all right for that. Let's get them properly situated, and let's just go over the gimmick of the figure. So unfortunately, I can't go into full detail with the gimmick for this guy because this is the first Iron Man Mark 50 set I have. I don't have the Nano Set 1 set. I got the 2 before I got the 1. That's on me. That's my stupidity. And I can already tell a certain someone is yelling at me going, why did you get this one? I get it. I understand. I'll fix it. You know who you are. The gimmick is essentially he is just a husk for the add-on part. The bladed arms, the shins and foot stompers here, and these fins in the back. Dog hair sold separately. It's cool that they did it. I would have much rather preferred that they did it in a set, not giving you an additional figure. But we'll go over that when we get, more final thought stuff. So if you have the Mark 50 Nano Set 1 Iron Man figure, you know how this works pretty much. It's just a matter of taking it, being ever so gentle, being ever so gentle, ever so gentle. Let's try the other arm to see how well that works. I got one of them off already. Ever so gentle. Oh my God. Jesus, that's going to be an issue later on. But there you go. That's all you got to do. And that's just one of the bits. This you would just plug onto the other Iron Man Mark 50 arm or whatever. He looks like a freaking zombie in that pose. Look at that. Oh, it's the small things that make me laugh. Anyways, losing focus here. As I was saying, that you can just pretty much take this off, plug it onto the other Iron Man armor set, and that's pretty much all you do. So there it is for the arm. Ooh, there's my issue. Yeah, that's a nitpick issue I have. So there you have that. And the feet's just the same way. Set this like I did. Super tight. Be very, very, there we go. That one came off easy. And that's just all you pretty much have to do is just yank it off. But again, be very careful. The paint on this joint right here kind of tightens it up. It kind of makes it a little bit cumbersome to pull off. However, once you kind of get it, it's pretty easy. So there you have that. So let's just plug that back in. Just a little snap. And as you can see, these things don't peg in very well. It's just the way it goes. Let's get them standing upright. But as you can see, there's 4 ports back there. Let's see, these are the bigger ones. The bigger ones go on top, and they just plug in like that and like that. There's a little snap you can hear. It's not a very tight fit though, especially with the smaller ones on the bottom. Just a little port right there, goes in right there like that. At least that's the way the instructions tell you to do it. And then that one goes in like so. So there you have that. These things are on hinges. I forgot to show that off in articulation. There you have that. So that is that. And that's the way it looks from the back. Very sharp, very pointy. Kind of makes you think that it's going to shoot acid at you if you brings those things out. So for the port on the back, bear with me here. It's probably going to be easier if you just pull these off first. Put these off to the side there. Probably get your finger in there. Oh, look at that. That was pretty easy. So there you go. So there you have that. Just put that off to the side. Don't lose that. Small piece, easily lost. Let's put these guys back on. That was Moose barking. So there we have the port exposed, and all you're going to do, and then you take your little adapter piece here, and there is a specific way that this goes. As you can see, it's kind of angled a certain way, like so. Plug it in there, just like that. And if I have it the right way, yep, I think I do have it in the wrong way. Let's try that. See how well that works. There you go. There he is plugged in. Unfortunately, the die-cast feet are too heavy for him to be supported, but there you have it nonetheless. I don't know how well that works, but that's how that works. And again, if you want to see how this works, go watch my Ant-Man the Wasp video. There you have that. Let's move that off the side. Let's put this back on. Ooh, this is the pain in the butt. This is such a pain in the butt. There we go. All right. Let's get him in a nice stance. Like that. Let's get him back there. And let's get into some comparisons, shall we? Here he is next to S.H. Figuarts WWE Series Stone Cold Steve Austin. Here he is next to S.H. Figuarts Marvel's The Avengers Infinity War Captain America. Here he is next to S.H. Figuarts Marvel's Avengers Infinity War Hulk. Here he is next to S.H. Figuarts Marvel's The Avengers Mark 7 armor set. And here he is next to a Marvel Lego Iron Man, because I can. So that is it for the comparisons. Let's get him in a final pose and go into some final thoughts. So here are my final thoughts for S.H. Figuarts Iron Man Mark 50 Nano Weapon Set 2. Let's get the negatives out of the way. Opening this thing for the first time, big disappointment. I was expecting to get not just this stuff, but an extra set of arms and legs. My bad, my mistake. That one's on me. Another big huge letdown for this guy is these things in the back and their inability to stay tabbed in securely. They're in there now. However, the slightest nudge and tap, they're coming off. They're popping out. It's not a deal breaker. It's not a thing to deter you from purchasing it. It's just one of those QC issues that I think they could have done a better job. I mean, basically, another negative is this stand is completely useless for this with the feet. The feet are so heavy that this thing doesn't even support, and this hinge right here is not tight enough to fully support the weight, so you can't have them in a flying pose with those feet. That being said, it's not the point. Those feet aren't meant to be in a flying position. They're more for a grounded, heavy stance, so I get that. So moving away from the cons, let's focus on the positives for this figure slash set. And speaking of which, I've been going throughout this whole review, and I'm like 95% sure this is the Nano Weapon Set 2. I could be wrong though, because I thought that they had an Iron Man figure that was just a figure, a Tamashii stage, and some arm cannons. But if I am wrong, please let me know in the comments down below. The positives on this guy are many. This guy is great. The paint is on point. No real paint blemishes that I have noticed. The paint is clean. It's shiny in places it should be shiny. It's flat where it should be flat. They accent each other very well. And it's Iron Man, so red and gold and silver and blue look great together. Again, I would have liked a little bit more paint in the inner thigh and the back area, especially if you can have him in a stance like this where he's kind of crossing his arm, getting ready for a blast to come at him. And I know you're not going to display your figure from the back, so the whole paint on the back isn't that big an issue. But we came from Mark 7 here, which had paint on the back here and these flaps in this area here. So it would have been nice if they kind of continued that trend throughout. Yes, there is some gold and silver back here, but it would have been nice to have a little bit more center-wise right here. But the sculpting on this guy is spectacular. And just the helmet, it's so expressive for being just stoic and just there. It's so expressive no matter what kind of pose you have him in. And the little mechanical details throughout his body are very nice, and they're picked out perfectly. Like, there's little details inside the knees here which are really nicely done. There's little details underneath here which are picked out in nice silver, which look really good. And even the little details in the jaw right here, if I can get to it, there we go, is done very well. It's those little minute details that give him a passing grade overall. I can't wait to get more Avengers so I can complete this set and kind of make my collection whole. The route I'm going on right now is really good, and I think I'm going down the right path, albeit little mistakes here and there. So if I can be completely honest with you, as much as I was disappointed where I opened it initially, as much as I was disappointed with the fact that you're just getting this plus a stand, after taking him out, messing around with him, playing with him, knowing that I could have the possibility of getting the other Mark 50 set with the standard arms and legs and interchanging everything, I like that concept. I would have, however, much rather preferred they did it as a set of just the attachments, not giving me another figure with the attachments. It could save on price in the long run, because now what people are going to have is a Mark 50, two sets of Mark 50 armor. Yes, you could display one out in the open, you can have one in a Hall of Armor set, but again, at that point, why? So I've got Mark 7, I've got Mark 50, I've got the Python armor coming shortly. I'm going to be going back and grabbing as many of these as I can. I highly recommend you pick up this figure. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, share, subscribe, hit that bell, get notified when I post a video. Hit me up on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Links to everything will be in the description down below. I'll also include the link for the S.H. Figuarts Wasp figure. Sorry, I'm on 3 hours of sleep. And I'll go into detail about how you can use this claw device thing with the stand. This is S.L.B, and this has been my review of S.H. Figuarts Marvel Avengers Infinity War Iron Man Mark 50 Nano Set 2? And this is S.L.B saying, my childhood hates me.